Dear students, today we are going to study the fourth part of revision of the basics of Python language, which is the part of Unit 1 Computational Thinking and Programming. In the last session, we have studied keywords, identifiers, what are the rules for naming identifiers, Python statement, indentation and comments. Indentation. This feature is specific to Python language. In case of Python, if we are not following the indentation rules, that can lead to indentation errors. Today we are going to study variables, constants and literals. These are also peculiar to any programming language because variables are required for handling values. So whatever data we give to the program, that is handled by variables. Declaring and assigning values to variable, we are going to see how can we assign values to a constant, what are the rules and conventions for naming variables and constants. In the last, we are going to see what are the 5 types of literals which are available in Python, namely numeric literals, string literals, boolean literals and special literals, which is none, and in the last, literal collection. Variable. In most of the programming languages, a variable is named location used to store data in the memory. Variable, as the name suggests, the value of a variable, the value contained in a variable can be modified anytime during the program run. So in other programming languages, variable is normally a location, name given to some location which stores a value. For example, in C++ and other languages, variable is a name given to some memory location which stores a value or holds a value. And also a unique name is given to each variable so as to distinguish between two variables. So in other programming languages, a variable is normally used as a container for holding values which can be changed later on during the program execution. But in case of Python, variables are not name given to memory location, but actually they are references to an object. So what is an object? It is a value, it is a constant, and a variable is the reference to such value. The variable must be declared before using, and then the value is to be stored in that variable. The variable is a reference to an object. Declaring variables in Python. First of all, in Python we don't need to declare any variable, as in case of other programming languages in which before storing the value in a variable it has to be declared. That is, if we are going to store an integer value in a variable, it has to be declared as integer type. If we need to store a decimal value in a variable, we need to declare the variable as a decimal or floating point type. So in other languages there is a necessity of declaring variables before assigning them any value. So whatever type of value you are planning to assign to a variable, first of all the variable has to be of that type, that is, it has to be declared. This is not the case with Python. In Python, automatically the type is assigned to any variable as depending upon the type of value which is assigned. So if we are assigning an integer value to a variable, the variable will be integer type. So the type is assumed automatically in case of Python. Let's see an example in which we are assigning apple.com, that is a string. You can see the double quotes. This string is being assigned to a variable called website, and when we print this variable, you can see the output as apple.com. That is, the value which is referred to by this variable website is apple.com. Here is the program in front of you. The website is equal to variable website is referring to the value apple.com, and when we print the value of this variable, when we print this variable, it prints the value apple.com. Now let's see how can we change the value of a variable. Suppose in the previous case, the name of the variable website, the value assigned to variable website was apple.com, and then we change it to google.com, and then we try to print the variable website. Now, as obvious, the variable website will now refer to a new value, that is google.com, and it shall print google.com. Here is the second example. Website is equal to apple.com, website is equal to google.com, when we print the value of website, let's see what is the output of this. We guess that it must be google.com. So here is the output. Now let's see how can we assign multiple values to variables. To multiple variables we are trying to assign multiple values. Instead of assigning different values to variables in a different statement, we can combine all those statements into one by using the format which is given a, b, c is equal to 5, 3.2, hello. Here we are assigning the value 5 to a, 3.2 that is floating point value to b, and hello which is a string to c. Now when we print the value of a, b and c, they are going to assume different values. That is, a is going to assume the integer value 5, b is going to assume the floating point value 3.2, while c is going to assume the string value hello. And see the output which is produced by this. The values are 5, 3.2 and hello. This means that we can in a single statement assign different types of values to multiple variables, assigning multiple values to multiple variables. Now if we want to assign the same value, in the previous case we have assigned different values to different variables. We can also assign the same value if it is required to assign the same value to many variables, multiple variables. We can do it in a single assignment statement as x equal to y is equal to z is equal to the string same. Now this string will be assigned to all the variables x, y and z. When we print the value of x, y and z, it is going to print the value same. Here x equal to y is equal to z is equal to same, and we try to print the value of x, y and z and find out that the value of x, y and z is same in all the cases. Next is constants. We have seen a variable and we have also learned that the value of a variable can change. If we are reassigning a value to a variable, it will assume the new value. Constant is a type of variable. So constant is also like a variable, but unlike a variable, a constant cannot change its value. It is helpful to think of a constant as containers that hold information which cannot be changed later. So once you store some value in a constant, that is not going to change. That is the difference between a variable and a constant, that a variable can change its value, whereas a constant cannot change its value. Now we are trying to assign values to constant. How can we assign values to constant in Python? Constants are usually declared and assigned on a module. So what we do is we create a module, we assign values to constant in that module, and we try to import it into a main program and use those variables. The value which is written within the module is picked up from that module. So to simplify, let's see the example. We are creating a module constant.py, that is a separate file which contains the constant pi is equal to 3.14 and gravity as 9.8. Here it is required to observe that the constants are written within uppercase. Then we create a main file, main.py, and in that main file we import this constant.py. And when we print the value of constant.pi, pi as we have specified in a separate file as 3.14, we have assigned the value to this constant as 3.14. When we print the value, it is going to print 3.14, and in this case constant.gravity, the value of gravity is 9.8. So gravity being a constant, and since we have used the import statement, this file, the constants are available in this file, main.py. We need to study some naming conventions for variables and constants. So there are certain rules which need to be obeyed in order to name variables and constants. First rule is you have to create a name that makes sense. The example is, if we name a variable as vowel, we will know what the variable vowel means instead of naming it as v. Camel case we have studied in the previous session. Camel case means if there are more than one words, then the first word begins with a small case, while the second word or subsequent words begin with a uppercase letter. This is known as the camel case. So if there are multiple words, then in order to combine them, we can use camel case, which makes the name more readable. Use of capital letters where possible to declare a constant. So in the previous example we have seen, whenever we have to use a constant or declare a constant, we use the uppercase letters. So if you see some word with uppercase letter in a program, you can identify that it is a constant. Never use special symbols. So special symbols except underscore are not allowed. Don't start name with a digit. So the name must not begin with a digit. It can begin with an underscore or an uppercase or lowercase alphabet, but not a digit. Constants are put into Python module and meant not to be changed. So in order to use constants, we put them in a separate module and then we import that module within our program and use the values of those constants. Constant and variable name should have combination of letters in lowercase a to z or uppercase or digit or an underscore. This is the only special character which is allowed in variable names, variable and constant names. Here we can see some examples of valid identifier names in which either underscore, uppercase or camel case are used. The third part of our session is literals. Literal is raw data given in a variable or constant. So whatever data is assigned to either a variable or a constant, the value which is assigned to a variable or a constant is known as a literal. In the last case we have seen that pi, the constant, was assigned the value 3.14. So the value 3.14 which is assigned to the constant is known as a literal. So there are 5 types of literal which are available in Python programming. First is numeric literals, second string literals, boolean literals, special literals and literal collection. We are going to study them one by one. The numeric literal are immutable. We have seen what immutable means, that they cannot be changed. So numeric literals are immutable and they can belong to any of the categories: integer, float and complex. The numeric literal first category is integer literal. We can see there are 4 assignment statements given in which some values are being assigned. For example, A is assigned the value 0b 1010 and it is a binary literal. B is assigned the value 100, it is a decimal literal. C is equal to 00310, that is an octal literal, and D is 0x12c, that is an hexadecimal literal. Next type of literal is float literal. Float 1 is equal to 10.5 and float 2 is equal to 1.5e. It is worth noting that the first representation is a decimal representation and the second representation is an exponential representation of a float. So 1.5e2 means 1.5 into 10 to power 2. The third category is complex literal. X is equal to 3.14j. X is having an imaginary part, that is 3.14, but it is missing the real part. Now combining all the literals, integer, floating point and complex literals from the previous examples, if we print the value of a, b, c and d and also the value of float 1 and float 2 and x dot imag is going to print the imaginary part of x and x dot real is going to print the real part of x. So the outcome is 10, 100, 200, 300, 10.5, 10.5, 150 and 3.14 j, 3.14, 0.0. So let's see, the value of a binary literal is 0b1010, that is equivalent to the decimal 10. So when we are printing the value of a, that is printing the value of decimal 10. B is 100, that is already a decimal literal, so it prints the value 100. C is 00310, octal literal, so the value of octal 310 is 200, and similarly the value of 0x12c is 300. The value of float it is also printed as it is, and the exponential form is written in simple form, and the value of x is 3.14j, that of imaginary x is 3.14, and that of real x is 0.0. String literals. String literal is a sequence of characters surrounded by quotes. So a string literal that can be enclosed within single quotes, double quotes, or triple quotes as well. So if we are writing in triple quotes, then that string can span across multiple lines. Triple quotes or triple double quotes are used for representing multi-line strings, whereas normally we can use single quotes and double quotes if the string lies within one line. Now let's see how can we use string literals in Python. Here is a code example. We are assigning this is Python string to strings, and C, which is a single character, even though if it is a single character that is written within double quotes, means that C is a string and it is assigned to the variable char. And here you can see in the third line there is a multi-line string. This is multi-line string with more than one line code. In this case, the string has been enclosed within double triple quotes because it was a multi-line string. If you need to write this multi-line string with single or double quotes, every time you have to include the remaining words within double or triple quotes. So instead of doing that, we can use single triple quotes or double triple quotes. When we are printing the value of strings, character and multi-line string, all these variables which are storing string of some types, let's see what the outcome of this program is. Let's execute this program and find out what the outcome is. So string, when we try to print string, it prints this is Python, and when we print the character, it prints C, and when we print multi-line str, that prints this in multiple lines because it is written in more than one line. So this is a multi-line string. So this is how we can deal with strings in Python. Next are Boolean literals. Boolean literals can have two values, either it can be true or false. You must note here that T and F, the first letter of these true and false, begin with capital letter, unlike the other keywords in Python. Let's see how to use these Boolean literals in Python. We have the first statement as x is assigned 1 is equal to true. The double equality operator means we are equating the LHS and RHS, whereas the single equality operator is for assignment. So here 1 is equal to true. This statement evaluates to true because the value of 1 is true and true is 1 interchangeably. So let's see, y is equal to 1 is equal to false. We are equating 1 and false. A is equal to true plus 4, b is equal to false plus 10. We are going to print x is x, y is y, a is a, and b is b. So we are going to print the value of x, y, a and b. The outcome is x is true. How this is x is true? 1 is equal to true. Since this statement is true, the value of true will be assigned to x. Similarly, 1 is equal to false. This statement is false because 1 is equal to true. And since this statement is false, the outcome of this Boolean expression is false, and the value false will be assigned to y. So the value of y will be false. A is equal to true plus 1. So if we take the value of true as 1, then 4 plus 1 is 5, so the value of A is 5. And if we take the value of false as 0, then 10 plus 0 is 10, so the value of B is 10. There is a special literal called none in Python, which is used to specify that the field is not created. Let's see an example in which we use the literal none. Drink is equal to available. We are assigning the string available to drink. Food is equal to none. We are assigning the special literal none to food. Def menu x, we are writing a function menu by passing a parameter x. If x is equal to drink, print drink as print false. Menu drink, we are calling a function menu. Here the function menu is called and drink is passed to x. When drink is passed to x, drink and drink are compared. Both the LHS and RHS are equal and this statement is true. So since the condition is true, therefore the statement which is executed is print drink. The value of drink being available is printed. In the second case, menu food, when we pass food into X, this statement X is equal to drink becomes false. So we come to the else part and print food. The value contained in the food is none. So this prints the value none. X is true, Y is false, A is 5 and B is 10. The last one in this category is literal collections. There are 4 types of literal collections in Python: list, tuple, dictionary and set. So we are going to see how to use literal collections in Python. We take a single example in which we are using all the types of literal collections. For example, fruit contains the strings apple, mango, orange, which is a list. Numbers contain 1, 2, 3, which is a tuple. Alphabet is equal to A apple, B ball, C cat, which is a dictionary, and vowels A, I, O, U, which is a set. When we print the values of fruit, numbers, alphabet and vowels, the outcome is as shown below. So here is the outcome: apple, mango, orange. So in this way we can use the literal collections in Python. We are assigning the list to fruits, we are assigning 1, 2, 3, which is a tuple, to numbers, we are assigning a dictionary to alphabets, and we are assigning a set to vowels. And when we print these with a single variable, we can access these literals. That's all for today's session.